You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com. Continuing on today, Jim writes, Cappy, hello from Australia, mate. I'm a 23-year-old guy from Australia. I currently possess a diploma in computer networking and only have a shitty call center job at a bank to show for it. I originally got into IT because I had an interest in it at school. My dad was pushing me towards it because he claimed he knew 20-year-olds making six figures. Maybe in the 90s he did, which turned out to be bullshit in the end. After finishing the diploma, my dad led me on a wild goose chase to get a bunch of certifications with no work experience, which I was originally trying to get. I got a job offer at a small IT place, but my dad told me to fuck it off because there would be no chance for moving up in the company. Yeah, your dad sounds like he's giving you really rotten advice because that sounds like you would have gotten experience there. And told me to focus on getting a bunch of certs. In the end, all these certs are just shiny train tickets that lead nowhere. While working on certs, I tried applying for IT jobs, but got absolutely nowhere. Not one interview. My dad kept making it out that I wasn't getting jobs because I didn't have X certification. When I got X certification, he would say, I also need to get Y certification. I believe he had good intentions. He wasn't trying to be a mean person or anything, but he was just wrong. Yeah, that's ain't that the truth of all Western parents? And that is pretty much the case. Ultimately, though, my parents aren't going to kick me out of the house because I disagree with them. I'm still living at home rent-free. But with the exception of rent, I pay for everything, gas, bus pass. All right. I'm looking into different career paths at the moment. I'm thinking of doing property management where I can eventually open up my own business one day. There's a course at my local community college for property management. Okay, look, if they're offering a course in it, you're not going to open up a business in it. Now, if you were a tradesman, that would maybe make a little bit more sense. You know, electrician, okay, you go Bob's Electrician Hut. You know, Fuckaroo's Plumbing, you know, whatever. But if I don't like management, I don't like any degree that says management because nobody is going to give a 20-something a managerial position when you've never worked the ground floor. That's the problem I have with it. And I'm sure it's a 6-month diploma, and I'm sure it's going to teach you whatever you need to know about, like, well, we call it a Schedule E here in the United States. That's the income statement on how you analyze rental property. But income statement just the same, doesn't matter. You don't need it. This sounds like another worthless certification. I actually have more faith and place more value in your IT certifications than this property management bullshit, which will take 6 months to complete part-time and only cost $2,000. I have completed a diploma, so I won't need any of the well-rounding leftist brainwashing courses. Honestly, Cappy, I'm just burned out of the IT industry, and I've had a bad taste in my mouth because of it, and I had no luck in it. You know, there's a piece of me, well, that's the advice I want to give you, and I have emailed you before. I would keep trying with the IT thing. But sometimes you gotta listen to what the world is telling you. If I had just listened to the world telling me that I was not going to do anything in banking, that banking was not my environment, not because I was a bad economist or a bad credit analyst or a bad financier. I was brilliant in those regards. I'm not joking. I was brilliant. That is not the nature of that industry. And sometimes there's another aspect or trait of you that you're unaware of. Like, you know, I was completely unaware of. It took me until I was about 36 to figure out why I didn't make it. 30 fucking 6. It's like, oh shit, you guys aren't in the business of making money. You're in the business of making commissions and just having turnover and churning shit. You're just about movement, not efficiency or profitability. And that's where, but it took me that long. You don't need to find out the answer why. There probably, just, you know, hear me out. There probably is something about you that's not wrong, or it's not a fault. It's just this thing about you that you just don't jive well with the IT community. You go into your interviews or you send in your resume, there's something wrong with it. I would like to still have you tweak some things to keep trying, but be open and receptive to the chance that there's just something about you and IT that doesn't mix. And the sooner you realize that, the better, and you're not going to waste 2 decades like I did trying to, you know, hack it in banking. So that is where this bad taste in your mouth, you have no luck. You know, sometimes you got to listen to what the world's saying. That being said, you put all this effort into it. I showed your certifications to my IT buddy. He's like, how the fuck does this guy not have a job? I'm like, I don't know. So since you put that much effort and investment into the infrastructure, I would keep trying. You know, it doesn't cost you anything really to send a resume. I would stop listening to your dad's advice. So you have the abilities and the skills, although maybe they're starting to atrophy because, you know, IT moves and evolves very quickly. But for now, yeah, still keep applying because you have those skills. Additional information. Only other education I have aside from a diploma is completing high school. I've worked at this call center job for 3 years, worked in fast food. Okay, so that's nothing. Currently have $52,000, about $40,000 US dollars in savings. I'm a minimalist and make-time. Man, that's real good. I seriously, dude, if you don't, I would, yeah, god damn it, this is a tough one. All right, here's what I'd recommend. Don't do this property management bullshit, okay? You can teach yourself that online, learning how to read financial statements. But then there's also the property management where you basically got to be a tradesman. You got to be a guy who can fix everything. Have you thought about the trades? I mean, right now it's kind of like, well, you're back to square one. If you don't want to do IT, well, what do? We go back to the trades, STEM, military. Although the Australian military is not as attractive as the U.S. military. I mean, those are your options. I wish I said, oh yeah, X. That's not. It doesn't. That's not how the real world works. I would just kind of reevaluate what you want to do. If you're into this property management thing, don't do the property management degree. Go become an electrician. Go become a carpenter. Go get a trade. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you got to get out and actually work with your fucking hands. Because a call center, nobody. Oh fuck. You know, who wants to be in a call center? Military is always an option. I'll let you figure that out with the Australian military, but that might be some. But I think in your case, that's just like biding time. And you got a lot of savings, dude. You could go back to school for engineering. You could go, but now I'm worried if you put that much investment into IT. What's to say you come out with a degree in electrical engineering and you still don't get hired? So here's what I'm going to recommend you do. Keep applying for IT, but try a completely different route. Just do fuck all. You were about to throw all your investment away. Why not try some crazy shit? I remember one time a guy called me. He was going to interview me. And I was hammered at the time. I was going through a very, very... it was the worst point in my life. Very bad. And this was after the housing crisis, and I'd been proven right, and no banks were like hiring or anything like that. And I'm like, fuck you. Oh, well, you another fucking piece of shit community bank. Well, fuck off. I ain't got time for you fucking middle-aged dick suckers. And he actually is like, holy shit, you're the guy we need. I'm like, huh? And he's like, what do you want? I said, $75 an hour. He said, we'll pay you $65. I'm like, deal. So what I'm saying is it doesn't cost you anything. Look, you did 99.99999% of the work with this IT stuff. Change it up or something. Or maybe, what is there in IT that you would like to do? Maybe go learn to program a particular language. Go do something you want to do in IT. Whatever. I know it has a bad taste in your mouth, but just change the fucking shit up. Just you owe yourself that much. The investment, the infrastructure is already there, so try that. But then if you're going to go back to school, don't do property management. What the fuck is that gay-ass bullshit? Go become a carpenter. Go to trade school. Because they're at least, at minimum, you go learn to do plumbing and you can open up your plumbing shop. You don't need to work for another guy. You're just like, hey, I'm a plumber and I do things with pipes and water. And that's my Western song. Is Perth like the West? I imagine Perth is like the Wild West. Anyway, that's what I would... before you spend $2,000 on some bullshit certification that you can jerk off to, I would consider going getting a trade. That's what I would consider. Go get a trade, become a tradesman, or like look into it. But you know what? At the same time, nothing wrong with what you're doing now. You got a lot of money saved up. I mean, that might buy you 1/3,000th of a house in Melbourne. Because your housing prices are bullshit. Nothing wrong with making money what you're doing now. Absolutely not. But you do need to find something else. So Maybe what you could also do, I don't know, you guys got like a part-time military, like a militia like we do here in the U.S., like the National Guard or the Reserves? Do you guys have something like that? Cop, some more public service. I'm just trying to give you options. I can't tell you what it is that you should do. Well, I can tell you don't do this fucking property management bullshit. Accounting, something. But, you know, while you're experimenting and casting different lines out there to catch different fish, try to change it up a little bit with your applications, with your IT. I still think you should try the IT thing because you got, look, dude, you got all those certifications. You passed the test, so it's not like you're not completely incompetent in it. You do have a capacity for it. You do have a penchant for it. So, yeah, that's why I recommend. So I'm sorry. I wish I had like, hey, the answer is 42. It's not. It really isn't. But I got them. It just pisses me off you put that much money and effort and research. Got all these certifications. My IT guy's like, how the fuck does he not have a job? I'm like, I don't know what these numbers or letters mean. I'm a finance douche. I'm a frat boy. What the fuck do I know? You see this shirt? All right. I hope that helped out. I wish I didn't have a definitive answer for you, but maybe I gave you a little perspective and some options to go and pursue. You're doing good, though. I mean, come on. The average, what are you? You're 23 and you got 50 or 40. Yeah, you're 23 and you got 40 grand in U.S. savings? Fuck, dude. That's better than most 23-year-olds I know. You're not failing. Let's put it that way. You're not failing at all. You're doing pretty damn good. So, all right. Hope that helped out. You guys got questions, go to assheleconsulting.com. We do have some email issues. If I don't get back to you right away, use my alternative email, capped capitalism. Not Captain Capitalism, capped. The abbreviation for Captain, C-A-P-T, capped capitalism at yahoo.com. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.